Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with some more VGC content today. We'll be teaching you guys how to EV train. I'll do a general guide and then how you should do it specifically, because a lot of people and a lot of teams are being posted about EVs, and then there's a lot of comments being like, what's the EVs? What's the EV spread? And instead of asking, you can just kind of work it out yourself, and being able to work it out yourself and making your own spreads makes you more confident with the Pokemon, and also just you just know what you EV'd everything for. So yeah, let's get on with the video then. So usually you get a team like something like this, or open team sheet, and you're like probably wondering, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool team. I want to like make a team like this. So yeah, let's just pump these into Showdown and get to EVing straight away. But before that, I want to show you guys some general like kind of benchmarks to look for. So let me just like bring up like just a general Pokemon like Dondozo is like pretty popular. Let's quickly set him to level 50 because things look a little bit different. And basically, there's a lot of people that would generally EV in a way that is like, oh yeah, so loads of people will just be like, oh, max HP and max of their attack that they want with 4 in speed, or like 4 in special defense, or 4 in defense, but in this case it will probably be special defense, because that's how you generalize kind of EVing a lot of Pokemon. But because this Pokemon has so much HP, there are cases where you want to have less HP investment and more special defense, because its special defense is a little bit lower, and that's how you kind of generally do it. And you know, another thing to look for is like if the HP is high versus and have a slow speed, you'll want to have more HP and just kind of go with that. But if it's faster, like for example Fluttermane is way faster with no HP, you kind of just want to just invest in speed, right, instead of any HP. Some people want to make bulky variants, but that's up to you when you get there. Other things to take in mind of. Let me just quickly see if everyone can see. So for example, if you want to, you need to look for benchmarks in Life Orb and damage marks. So Life Orb, if you don't know, let me just Google Life Orb. It does 1/10 of the damage. So if you basically have, for example, 160 HP, right? I can even do some maths for you guys. If you have 100, oh, that is a bad color. I cannot upgrade my colors. Oh my god. So I quickly turned it into light mode just to show you better, because I don't have the premium function of this. So for example, if you have 160 equals 10n, because -1, you'll get some equation like this. So it's 161 equals 10n, and then it'll be 16.1 equals n, which is not good. That means in 10 turns you'll die. But however, if you make it, for example, 150, which is the total health, and we'll also adjust it over here as well, 159 equals 10n minus 1. You plus the 1, you get 160 equals 10n, and then you have 16 equals n, which is a full number, which will allow you to go through. And you can do it the other way, where it's like, because of how Pokemon does rounding up, if it's 159, it only takes away 15 damage, and then if it's 160, it will take 16 damage. So yeah, you just basically survive one more hit. You can see it like this: 160 divided by just minus 16, and then you do that by 10, and then that equals 160. But if you do 159, take away 115 times 10, you'll get like 9 remaining, so that equals one more hit. So that's 11 hits if you just hit and the opponent doesn't attack you. So that's a really good threshold. Other things to look out for is for example, when you need to go for like Sandstorm. If you want to pay attention to Sandstorm, let me just see if what things get Sandstorm. So Sandaconda gets Sandstorm. So Sandstorm does does it doesn't say, but it does like 1/8 damage or something, or like for example Salt Cure. Salt Cure is more popular. You might want to try to survive as many Salt Cures as possible. So Garganackle, you might want to survive that, which does 1/8 damage or 1/4 depending on your typing. So yeah, just bear in mind in those little thresholds that you want to keep in mind of. And also people just tend to just kind of, when they want to go for a more exaggerated build, for example, yeah, just like because this Dondo's got a lot of HP, maybe you want a little bit of speed because of things. People just generalize it and just like put a little bit of everything in there just to like flatten out the weaknesses, and that's a good way to do it as well. So that's the general basis of how to EV characters, and then we'll go on to that team that we were just looking at, that team that I really fancied trying out, and we'll just EV it ourselves, and I'll show you guys what baselines I'll go for as well. So I've already kind of did the first one beforehand on a stream, but basically the general idea was this guy's got Life Orb, so I have 179 HP. Like I mentioned before, is a threshold to take as much damage as possible for Life Orb, and because of Bulk Up, you don't want too much attacks, but you want a little bit of investment, and the same with defense, because it's got, even though it's got lower defense than its special defense, you want a little bit on it, because then Bulk Up will give it the rest. And this allows you to put more in the special defense and a little bit of speed, 12 speed just to out speed some stuff. Also, just to bear in mind some other quick little tips that I forgot about in the previous segment is a lot of people, you know, like would just go like 252, 252, 4, but that's really inefficient, because if you look at it, so you get the first point of EV, so that you go from 136 to 137 with 4 points, but the next one you need +8 to get to the next point. So 137 to 138 costs 8 points. That's why you need 12 EVs to get there. So a lot of people do is they go to max and then they -1 point, which will give you 8 points, and then the first point in each thing you can just go like 144, and that will give you one. It will just basically convert. You get a free EV somehow, which is another common practice that people utilize to get more out of their spreads or a little bit more extra stats, which is really interesting as well. But yeah, let's just EV this Iron Valiant. So because this is an open team sheet and I really like this team, I want to play with it and try it out myself, but there's no EV spreads and this guy doesn't have a poker paste out for it, understandably, because you know, he's still in tournament run, something like that. So we just gotta go EV spread these Pokemon ourselves and just get a general gist of what he wants to do, and also understand what the Pokemon we want the Pokemon to do ourselves as well, which is really nice. So this guy is running Focus Sash. The item gives us a clue of what the Pokemon wants to do. So for example, but it's also kind of weird because this guy, Iron Valiant, has Moonblast and Close Combat, which if you guys don't know, one's a physical attack and one's a special attack. And what you know usually is you invest one attack more than the other. So this is what they call a mixed attacker. And I'm guessing that this guy will probably have max speed, or it outspeeds something important in the format, which we'll go check in a little second. And we'll go use a calculator to find out what we need to KO with Close Combat and try to EV for that. But I'm guessing this initially, this is initial things, it's going to be like max speed somehow, and we're going to get, and will probably be a minus defense kind of nature with plus speed. So that's what I'm generally going towards. It could also be a minus special attack or attack, depends on the calculations that we've got to plug into the calculator in a second after we just get a general sense of what we want it to be. So it could be Jolly, Timid, it could also be minus for Death, Naive, something naive like special defense down or defense down. Yeah, so it could be one of those. So generally I think it's going to be like half attack, half special attack, half attack, and yeah, it'll just generally look like that. And maybe if they want to do optimization, they'll go like they'll -1 point and then they get like free HP and some free special defense, and that looks like a pretty optimized spread with a naive like nature. But anyway, let's go to the calculator and see what we are gonna try to kill with close combat. Another great site to use is Pikalytics, where you can just quickly see what's the top Pokemon that we're gonna be using. So we're EVing for Iron Valiant. So let's see. I think the most common thing that we need to KO is probably this man, Iron Bundle. So let's see. Let's plug it into the calculator to see how it goes. This is the calculator I use. I use Nimba City Post, Net, GitHub, VGC damage calculator. So I like this one. This one's that feels the best and feels very good. So there's already like a mixed sash set already on the calculator, which is really cool. And we just want to see like if this one will be able to kill Iron Bundle. So with close combat with 100 attack, it will be able to kill. With a naive nature with focus sash, it will be able to kill with close combat. And I think this is like a really good threshold actually. So let me just quickly go back to my thing and plug it in then. So for example, I'm just going to make this 100. And I'm going to put it on naive nature. And let's go like that. That looks pretty darn decent. But we'll just go a little bit, we'll just wait a little bit further and just see what else that we need to adjust for. I'm guessing like if I pump this, make it a little bit bulkier, it'll probably still KO. Yeah, it'll KO in that range as well. It won't outspeed it, but we'll survive with focus sash. But yeah, I think the close combat is really important for the for this guy. But if it's completely full bulk, it won't kill. But no Iron Bundle is like full bulk anyway, so I wouldn't be too worried about that one. So yeah, that's what's the next threat. Iron Hands. Iron Hands is another good one that that we'll probably have to kill, be able to have some kind of good threshold for. So yeah, so we just gotta go with Moonblast will do 57 damage. I guess in 2 hits it will kill, which will be kind of good. So I don't think we can pump this up any higher. Let's pump 156 to 252. Yeah, it just won't kill. Maybe if it was a different variant, like no Assault Vest variant, it'll kill. So Iron Hands with Sword Dance variant, maybe still won't kill. It's just a little bit too bulky, this one. It's also max special defense, so maybe if it's not max special defense, maybe we'll have a chance. Yeah, if it's not max special defense, we will have a chance, but whatever I do for that one, it won't be, it just won't die. So we'll just move on to the next target that we might need to hit. Roaring Moon is probably gonna die, as long through close combat or thingy. Let's see Great Tusk. Great Tusk is also like picking up in the meta, so we'll just see. But the good thing about having a focus sash set is that you can just make it as fast as possible and as offensive as possible. And yeah, you don't have to worry about surviving hits. But in the next couple of Pokemons that will be showcasing you how to EV, you might have to worry about that a little bit more as well. So let's see. Okay, so Great Tusk with Iron Head kind of kills. Moonblast doesn't kill with Assault Vest, which is good to know. And because it's already max attack, it probably will not do anything. We'll have a problem. But if it's like a max attack set, we can, if it's a max attack set with not much bulk, we can go back. We can even like Gimp out on, actually on the special attack by like all of it actually, and be pretty good. So I guess 156 is a good threshold to meet actually for that. I guess we'll keep it at 156. Gholdengo. Do we need to worry about Gholdengo? I guess probably not. King Gambit will probably be okay. Indeedee, I guess Indeedee is like a good one to check to see if we can kill it with close combat. Yeah, I don't think we can kill it, but we can probably kill it in 2 shots. Pretty decent, I guess. Yeah, and you just kind of go around, you go down the list of most popular Pokemon and just make sure you have a good understanding of what hits what and how much damage thresholds they do. But let's do this for a little bit longer, and then and then I'll just move on to the next Pokemon. So Brute Bonnet, for example. This is really nice because this allows you to like just tell it gives you basic sets that people might be using, and Close Combat does kill this guy, or kinda close to kill it, which is good enough. If it's is that good enough? What about if it's like less bulky, like if it's like a really offensive support? I guess it doesn't kill at all, but we'll probably need more investment in Close Combat, but I feel like this is a really good threshold, because Iron Bundle is the one that we really need to kill, and this amount will be able to kill it, whilst we'll be probably using Moonblast more often than not, because it's way more consistent. And why Iron Valiant is a mixed attacker is because my Moonblast is a way better attack than Player Rough, and it's also got the same attacking stat, basically a little bit less on the special attack, but it's still good enough. That's fine. Annihilate is less in the meta, but let's give that. This will be the last one we check, and this does about like 89%. I wouldn't expect it to do more or less than this, which is pretty good for the damage. And yeah, so let's quickly move on. I think we are pretty good with this set. This is a really nice set, I think, and we'll move on to Sandy Shocks. We'll move back to Sandy Shocks. So Sandy Shocks is got a booster energy, so that already gives us a little bit of hint. Particularly when people are using booster energy, they're usually going to be max speed, or maybe it's going to be max special attack. When it's usually max speed is when it has more supportive moves or status moves like gravity and stuff like that, but this one doesn't. So I'm gonna guess that this one's more that, because it's also got a hint of ghost typing, it probably is leaning towards more, it is probably gonna get the booster energy and speed, let's be real. If it wasn't Ghost Terror, I'll probably even lean towards it, lean towards it having the booster energy on special attack. But I don't think that is the case. So yeah, let's just, this is like the general reading I'm getting from it, but we can see how it goes. Like, I think it's going to be like timid max speed, and it's just going to be like a little bit underneath, so 167, so it gets the boost in the speed, and then it's going to put the rest into here and 4 over here. I think that's like generally pretty decent. And but yeah, we'll just quickly check this against some Pokemons, and we'll move on to the next one afterwards. So yeah, I'm just quickly doing the same thing again. This one doesn't really kill the Photomane very well, so I guess this one's not really the one that I need to look out for. Let's just check Iron Bundle. Let's see if Iron Bundle can let's see if it can KO. So this is a immediate KO. Not too worried about that, I guess. Iron Hands is also another great one to be able to check. So I also jigged it up a little bit. It was kind of weird because I was thinking about it again, because the team has a Tailwind, so I'm not sure, but if you're running booster energy, you're most likely boosting speed, because you boost speed by 1.5x over the other stat, which is 1.2, but then again, the life orb is already being used, so it's, it's questionable. So, I feel like it's kind of reasonable. And this, it doesn't kill it with the Assault Vest, but yeah, I think if it's non-Assault Vest variant, this one will be able to hit it. And basically, we just quickly check over these things, those really popular Pokemon, and we just make sure we can hit them hard enough. Like this one, it will just kill a bulky physical set. This one kills really well, the Arcanine. Yeah, and we just keep on checking through whatever we need to check, and making sure we can kill what we need to kill and survive what we need to survive. But I think this is a generally very good set for Sandy Shock. So let's go on to Noivern, which is a little bit more of an unused case scenario. So Noivern is a little bit weird. It's very good speed wise, got a bit of HP, and everything else is oh, actually, its HP is not actually that good. Its special attack is the best, but because it's on Covert Cloak, so I'm guessing this is just to prevent it from getting faked out, and it's probably there to just be like a Tailwind user and get off as much damage as possible. So I am guessing it'll probably need some bulk. So something like this is my initial thought, but then we can optimize this a little bit and say, for example, we definitely want max speed, so this is definitely timid. We want to outspeed as many things as possible and get off our Tailwind, and we have to look out for Iron Bundle and stuff, but we don't outspeed him anyway, so perhaps maybe he's actually really slow and outspeeds everything on the Tailwind, so we can bring the speed down, bring the attack up, for example, like that. I think the threshold to outspeed Iron Bundle with booster energy is 3. It has to be divided by 309 divided by 2, which is 155 basically, 155. So this guy can be like 155 speed. Maybe it can even be modest here. Maybe it can even be modest. 155 speed, and that looks like a really good threshold. And we got 2 points extra for bulk. That looks pretty decent. That will outspeed Iron Bundle in Tailwind, I believe. I mean, let me just check. Iron Bundle, fast booster energy. Yeah, I think it should. 309, yeah, 309. So it should definitely outspeed. So yeah, I think this is the general set, but let's go into depth with each matchup and see what I need to EV it to survive and stuff. So yeah, let's go. Whilst I have the Iron Bundle up, this guy is not gonna survive the freeze dry regardless of what I do. If I terrestrialize it, it might have a chance, but yes, I think my one's Terra Dragon or Terra Flying. I think it's Terra Flying actually. So let's find it. Terrestrialize. It will probably survive if we terrestrialize it into Dragon form, but this one is definitely not very good to see if it will survive. This guy would probably die regardless of what set we put it on. Let's check Flutter Mane. It's another like defensive count that we need to know. So Focus Sash variant. Moonblast will once again. Oh wait, why is this one double dragon type? That should fix it. Here we go. So yeah, we can. This looks like if we take away some special attack, we should be able to survive this. So let's see how much we will need to survive this. Okay. Ooh, that's a roll. Sometimes a roll is okay, but let's just consistently survive this if it's possible. So we will need 212. Yes, 212. Maybe we can, instead of going for modders, we could go for plus special defense instead, which will be a little bit better. So Calm Nature, and that is way better actually. We can even take it off, take some, and we can guarantee to survive. Yeah, so we can guarantee to survive a 252 attack Moonblast from Flutter Mane. I really don't like that, to be honest with you, but it's pretty decent, I guess. And of course, we have to take away some special attacks. So yeah, because Noivern is like a, well, you can say it's like a niche pick. So this will be like, you know, completely new to everyone, and this will be really good to showcase you guys how you would, you know, EV for these like very special cases. But this is only the Focus Sash variant. But yeah, I feel like so in the Choice Specs variant, you'll probably have to go do something else. What was this? Calm. Okay, so this will survive. Yeah, let's keep on moving on. We did Iron Bundle. Let's go for Iron Hands next. All of these are, you must have to take a quick gander at to see if you survive. That looks fine. And that looks really fine. Unfortunately, Air Slash won't do anything. Draco Meteor won't do anything to this guy. And actually, this is not even Draco Meteor. This is Dragon Pulse. So it'll probably do even less. Yes. But I think it'll do... I feel like this guy is meant for the Iron Hand matchup. Because it's got that Cobra Cloak and he's pretty much the only fake out user. So we'll see. Let's go for Amoonguss. Amoonguss is definitely something we have to look out for because we do have that Air Slash for it, and which Pinch Berry? It's got Wiki Berry, so it does about 50% damage. I think that is pretty decent. Let me just quickly see if for example, if I just max it out, if I kill it, probably not. Yeah, I think we're pretty good at our threshold of. Actually, we load it, so 36 actually. We load it from last time, so yeah, it's about like 2 hit kills. It's like, yeah, it's about 0.44% chance to KO after Pinch Berry recovery. So yeah, I think this one's pretty decent, pretty good enough. Roaring Moon, I guess this is a matchup that we should look at because it is a Dragon versus Dragon matchup as well. So the most common set is Roaring Moon Booster Energy Acrobatic set, and if he doesn't, Dragon Terror will do 60%. I feel like this guy is not meant to do that much damage, but let me just see if he terrestrializes, if it's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's going to be a problem, but yeah, it just does a little bit of chip, and I think this chip will be just enough for the partner Pokemon to be able to do it, either if it's Roaring, if it's Sandy Shocks, or Iron Valiant. So I think it's good enough. Great Tusk is another great matchup to look into. Let's go for the Assault Vest variant. Air Slash does quite a bit of damage, but it will get gimped if it's got Ice Spinner. And I do not think we can do anything about that one. What if we Terrestrialize? If we Terrestrialize, it does not get Giga gimped, but it will get gimped really hard. I don't think we can save this guy, regardless of how much defense this guy's got. Yeah, he will get gimped regardless. I think if it has plus defense, it will be okay, but it's completely not worth it, and you'll probably Terrestrialize to flying for this case scenario, I think. But yeah, as you can see, this EVing yourself allows you to, I know it's a little bit boring, but this allows you to know what the matchups are, how much damage you're going to take for each matchup. Generally speaking, there could be a few variants, especially in ranked ladder and in tournaments, because people EV things differently, but this allows you to have a better general idea of what's going to happen in each damage phase. Yeah, I think that is pretty good. Do I need to look into this guy? Probably not. Yeah, I think we're pretty decent. We don't have to look too much further, so we'll just move on to the next Pokemon. So Brutish is a little bit of a weird one. I don't know what it does. No one knows what it does, but it has Wave Crash, and that has been a premium ability. Dazzling is also pretty similar to things like what's it called? Armor Tail, or yeah, Armor Tail from Farigiraf, and Serena's Queenly Majesty. It just stops priority moves, which is really nice. So I'm guessing this guy is meant for like the Dragonite matchups and stuff like that, but it doesn't. Its stats are kind of weird, so it doesn't seem very good. And it's got Trick Room and it's quite fast. So initially, what I would want it to do is probably something like this. Be as bulky as possible and just get up Trick Room and do as much damage as possible. It gives you another mode with Ceruledge and King Gambit. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent with the Wave Crash. I think you'll probably want to run it Adamant. I don't think it's good enough to run on a minus speed niche, but you might. But I don't think so. I think it's more like mid-range kind of bruiser kind of style. So you probably run it Adamant, and we'll definitely change it if we need to survive something. But yeah, because I don't know this Pokemon too well, I cannot say like, oh, maybe less HP for more defense and more special defense. I will have to just quickly just go into the in-depth calculator and see how it goes from there. So made a little bit of a blunder. It's actually got Tera Blast Grass as one of its attacks. So yeah, I just quickly adjusted it and plugged it in. Yeah, so let's just start with Great Tusk then, because we are here already. So let's just see how much damage it does. So I just forgot to plug in the attack, so let's just make this 252 and see how much it does. It does not kill, it doesn't kill it with Wave Crash, Adamant, okay, I see. It doesn't kill it with Psychic Fang either. Let me just see if it kills it with Tera Blast Grass, and no, it doesn't. So what we need to watch out for is basically to survive this guy, and we survive it pretty well. Let me just ramp up the HP a little bit. So yeah, it looks like it survives it pretty well. It's like a 2 to 3 hit kill, and yeah, pretty decent for all of its coverage. Anyway, let's move on to Fluttermane. Fluttermane is going to be the big one, I think. So Shadow Ball with the focus set will be probably something that we will have to look into. So I think we're going to start taking away attack first to get more special defense. So let me just see how much attack do we need to do. I mean, how much defense to survive the Shadow Ball. That it looks kind of broken. It didn't budge. It did not budge. But if we terrestrialize, we survived pretty decently well. Oh wait, we went special attack, not never mind. Special defense. So we'll need to guarantee the survival of the Fluttermane attack. We'll need 208. I don't think that's worth it to invest 208. I think this Brutish is definitely feels like more of an attacker. So I guess in this matchup we'll probably terrestrialize more often than not and just try to kill it with Wave Crash. Yeah, so the other one that we probably have to look into is probably Iron Bundle here. Iron Bundle is probably gonna be the one that we'll probably need to look and kill with Tera Grass, which we just about do with 252 attack and Adamant. So do we survive this though? We don't really survive this, so we can kind of account for that a little bit better, I would say. So we can take away a bit of attack because we just about kill it to just to survive the freeze blast, the freeze dry. So 44 allows us to survive that comfortably. So let's take away a little bit and put that onto 44 attack here. Nice. And we'll have a little bit for speed. Yeah, so we're now 204 attack with a little bit more special defense. I think this is looking better by the second. Looking better by the second, guys. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Let's go for Iron Hands here. Iron Hands close combat. Whoa, that does surprisingly a lot of damage. Wild Charge will kill this guy. Otherwise, close combat will kill this guy. What about my Psychic Fangs? It will kind of just tank it. So still looking decent. Still looking decent. Not much change can be made for that matchup. Arcanine is probably a pretty decent one to look at as well. So let's go for the bulky physical set, which will be probably the important one. Ooh, that is not enough damage. It is very, very bulky actually. Oh, what we at again? Sorry. 204 Adamant. That's really unfortunate that we just yeah, it's just really unfortunate that we just missed out on the kill there because of the -1 actually. But if we come in without -1, we should be able to kill straight on, so not bad. And with auto chip damage from Noivern, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. Let's go for Amoonguss, because this is another one that should matter actually, because look, seeing how much damage we do with Psychic Fans is very nice. I think this is pretty decent, to be honest with you. It looks really nice. Roaring Moon, not very important. Great Task, not very important. I think Golden Ghoul, we'll probably have to have. We'll have to take a gander at it just to see if we survive anything. Yeah, we don't survive Make It Rain for sure, but we can try to make it survive Make It Rain. Choice Specs Make It Rain bar you. Let's see how much we have to give up to just make it survive. 116. Yeah, 116. Is that worth it? I think that is worth it. I think that is worth it to survive the Choice Specs Golden Ghoul, but I think 44 is enough anyway. Let me just see how that looks on the calculator. Yeah, that looks nice. I think that looks nice. Let's go with that then. Just so we can survive and set up Trick Room. I think that's not as important, but could come up. Could come up. Okay, so there's probably other matchups that we probably look into. I'm looking into Dragonite because this is the thing that we're probably countering here. We don't do that much damage to it, but it can't E-speed into us, so it's good. It's immune. The smooth taste of immunity, yeah. So, but we do get gimped by Dragon Claw if it's choice banned. I feel like we cannot really do anything about that one, and I think because of how the meta is right now, it's much better to be like more physically oriented, because there's a lot of special attackers in this format right now. So I think that looks pretty good. And Garganacl is probably the last one that I want to just quickly check, because there has been a few Garganacls just popping up, and we just do 81% to him, which is pretty decent already, to be honest with you. Let me just pump this up to full just to see if it will KO. No, it doesn't. So I think we have a pretty decent set for our Brutish. So for the last Pokemon, we got Kingambit. I've been using this guy quite a bit, so this is the general set that you kind of want. You want a little bit of defense, you have a lot of defense, you put Assault Vest on him, you want to speed creep other Kingambit, so 4 speed. Some people are even speed keeping that. 199 HP, just in case you want to turn this into like, I don't know, like some Life Orb variant. But yeah, this looks pretty decent for Kingambit. Is trying to do as much damage with Sucker Punch and have as much bulk as possible. So let's just put it in the calculator and see how it goes. Iron Head does 70% damage to this guy. Let's go for Flodder Mane. Sash Set, it just kills it. It's fine. Does it tank it well? It tanks it well. I'm just gonna put this on Fairy Terra because it does have Terra Blast actually, so it could come up. Yeah, Terra Blast even does a lot of damage to this guy, surprisingly. Let's go for Iron Bundle here. Iron Bundle should... Oh, it actually survives this quite well, actually. But we survive it quite well as well, so nothing to worry about there. Iron Hands is probably the one that we have to look into a little bit more. Yes, definitely. I don't think we can do anything about this close combat. It's gonna kind of kill this guy, so just don't bring this guy against close combat, man. Arcanine is probably the big one here. So Arcanine Flare Blitz will do quite a lot of damage. So we'll probably Fairy, Terra Flurry against this guy and get Catal Cleave. Not too bad. Anything else that we have to look out for? Amoonguss is pretty decent to look for. Let's see how much damage that we have to do against this guy because we don't have safety goggles and stuff. It does about like 50% damage. It's kind of not good enough, but there's nothing we can change about that. Let's go take a look at Roaring Moon. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy how I'm looking through these spreads, and hopefully this will help you EV spread your own Pokemon, and also just, you know, not have to rely on other people's spread. You can build your own spread and get a better general learning of how EVing works in Pokemon and what and give you a better aspect on just general matchup and stuff like that. And hopefully this video has helped you. But anyway, I'll just continue going for this Kingambit, and I'll show you guys what I end up with at the end. But remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. So if you guys are interested in this team that I built in this video, this is what I generally came up with in the end. Just screenshot it or pause it at each one. So we have Cerulege with this set, Sandy Shocks with this set, Mixed Attacker Valiant with this set. We have some Giga spread of randomness for Noivern, another Giga spread of randomness for Brutish, and we have a pretty decent spread for Kingambit here. So yeah, hopefully you guys learned some stuff, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video where we will learn how to team build, how I go about team building, and how I feel like you guys should go about team building as well starting out.